Hey guys, it's Bina, and in today's video, I want to talk about how to farm Alchemist Ladles, and also how to farm the rotation between the Farsight Turtle and the Nemesis Tower. So the Conquered Tower, which confronts multiple Nemesis, and then you put your items in here that don't have LP. They have a chance to gain Legendary Potential, and then if they do, but they don't reach the high LP that you want, for example, on my Alchemist Ladle, I want to get 3 LP to be able to craft a better one. If it doesn't get 3 LP, I'll go into the turtle and how to do all of that simple process. So this is a question that came back in chat today, and I think I did not cover it during my previous video talking about how to farm everything. And so I'm just gonna make an entire video based around this particular method of farming unique items and legendary potential, and also talking about a method of farming Alchemist Ladles, which is also a very good way of farming experience. So first, how do I obtain my Alchemist Ladles? So there is this Woven Echo, the Rune Prison Complex. So that one is at the bottom here. As you can see, it's a Rune Prison Complex that will have 25 exiled mages in them. With this Weaver tree that has this note here at the top left, exiled but not forgotten. Rune prisons have a chance to spawn 2 mages inside of your echoes instead of only 1. That is the most important one that you want to get, so that your exiled mages in the Rune Prison Complex have a chance to duplicate, and that second one has a better I'm not quite 100% sure on this one, because if you go in and then you exit a Woven Echo or an Echo, usually they remove all the rewards from them. So for example, the Nemesis Tower, they remove in the Nemesis Tower, they remove the this one here, the Conquer Tower. They remove all of the Nemesises from the Echo. They don't do this in this particular case, but they make the Exiled Mage not drop their experimental items. But there is a caveat. Sometimes they will still do, and I think that has to do with the Exiled but not forgotten chance to get a twinned mage. So chance to get 2 exiled mages instead of only 1. So I'm gonna go ahead and showcase one map here real quick. So each one of these, as you can see here, I proc 2 of those. So now I get 2. And what do I get? I get a Alchemist Ladle. So that's gonna be the case for a lot of these here. Here I only get 1. By doing this strategy, it is also a very good strategy to spawn champions in. So there's other nodes in your Weaver tree, which enables you to spawn champions when you proc exiled mages. And then there's also another node that lets you get a chance to get double champions as well. So if you do all of those together, that gives you a lot of really hard monsters to fight, and those monsters give you a lot of experience. Experience is also favor. That is a very good way to level up an alt, for example. If you are powerful enough to get in here, just do it and run this one over and over again. So the thing, how to keep this this Woven Echo up for as long as possible, is at the end of the 25 exiled mages that you will kill, you do not go to the middle of the map to use the little thingy to craft experimental affixes on your item. You just portal out, and the Woven Echo, so long as you don't interact with the thing in the middle, it will still stay active, right? So the thing in the middle here would be this little thingy here, which you will not go to. You will just kill the mages, and then you will exit out. So we'll go ahead here. We'll see how many Alchemist Ladles we can find. This is a very good way to find Alchemist Ladles, or the Javelin, or any items that the exiled mages can drop. It is not recommended. I don't recommend this for farming experimental items. Experimental items, honestly, I would probably just imprint on my Weaver tree the echoes that have the Nemesis, not the Nemesis, but this particular Rune Prison Complex. I would just imprint that one and try to find it organically, because this Woven Echo, I need to talk about this for also. It's a very rare Woven Echo that can drop when you kill exiled mages in your maps, and so From this is also something I'm not 100% sure, but what I've heard from my chat is that it is a 1% chance to drop this Woven Echo when there is a possessed exiled mage. So if you want to find it, you want to spec into Graveyard Prison and run Tombs and Cemetery, and then guarantee the exiled mage inside of those Tombs and Cemeteries, and guarantee that he will be possessed. So here we have another Mad Alchemist Ladle. So that would be the way that I would go about farming the Mad Alchemist Ladle. And then the reason why you probably don't have that many of these Woven Echo is because you probably are not spec'd into that specific node that possesses the exiled mages, as not a lot of people are actually using that one. Most people are running, you know, the Lost with Fully, with the Trove strats, and investing into the Lizards. But for different things that you want to farm, there are some different Weaver trees that you might want to use. So here it is the first time that I am clearing the Echo, so I probably do get the rewards from all of those exiled mages, right? I get the guaranteed drops, I get all of the experimental items, but if you exit and you come back, those will not drop anymore. They will sometimes drop, sometimes not. I believe it is based on the dual mage that spawns. Also, it's kind of important to note that I do not think that this is an intended way of farming this specific Echo. I do not... The devs have removed most of the ways to reset Echoes over and over again for farming strategies, and so this is not something that they intend on keeping for Season 3, for example, I am pretty sure. But right now, currently, it's one of the best ways to get favor. It's also one of the best ways to get your Mad Alchemist Ladle. So on this one, I actually got 2 other Mad Alchemist Ladles here. So this is the end. I am not going to the middle. I am exiting. And then if I want to farm it again, I would just go back and then enter again. As you can see, I can enter and it is available. I'm just going to kill one to showcase you that they don't drop their experimental affixes anymore. So as you can see, I killed this one. He was a simple 1 exiled mage, and he did not drop his experimental item, right? So, but when they have more than one, sometimes they will still drop the experimental item and also all of their uniques. So that covers the portion of the Rune Prison Complex, how to get it with the Weaver tree, with the Graveyard Prison, guaranteed Rune Prison with a possessed exiled mage. So that is how you will obtain this specific Woven Echo, by killing possessed exiled mages. That's how you get a lot of Mad Alchemist Ladles. Now let's go over the process of re-rolling and trying to get a good Mad Alchemist Ladle with multiple LP. So the Turtle and the Conquer Tower process. So in the Conquer Tower, as you can see here, I placed a couple of them here. These are all Conquer Towers that I will run because I want to try to get a good Mad Alchemist Ladle. And then these are Farsight Turtles that I put here. On the side, I put the Gauntlet of Strife and Orden's Watch just for this kind of like, I'm going to keep this timeline at this corruption, and then I'm not going to touch it. This is going to be my crafting timeline, basically. So I'm going into the Conquer Tower. I'll show you exactly how it's done. So this Woven Echo is just a bunch of Nemesises. So as you click here, you see I already have one here. I can challenge it. This one is like an old one that I already had. Let's go like this. Boom. So here you can see this one I put with 0 LP. It came back with 2 LP. I have a few other ones over here that have also the LP, no LP. So these with no LP, you put them in here, you confirm. They have a chance to either get LP or get legendary stats. It seems like Mad Alchemist Ladle, or I think it is that the lower the LPL of the item, the higher odds of getting LP and not getting actual legendary affixes on them. So because Mad Alchemist Ladle is a pretty low LPL, it has a good chance of not rolling legendary affixes on it. So as you can see here, now I got 1 LP. I am power again. We might be getting more. We'll see. Let's see what we get. We got 1 LP. But this one still only got 1 LP, even after the 2 empowered. This can go up to, you know, the maximum of 4 LP. That can happen, technically. But what I'm looking for is a 3 LP Alchemist Ladle. And so you will most oftenly get the egg here. So very, very often you get the egg. I put another one in it. Boom, confirm. So this has a bunch of nemesises, and then at the top there's one last one you have to kill. So this one got 2 LP on the first one, which is pretty good. And then this is the top of the tower. You kill this last guy, and then the tower ends. He drops a whole bunch of exalted items as well. So that is the process of doing the tower. Once you've done that for all of your Mad Alchemist Ladles, you will go into the turtle. So the far side turtle enables you to try and get even more LP on your items or bring them down to 0. And as you can see, that creates a cycle of putting all of your Mad Alchemist Ladles in the Nemesis egg, in the Conquer Tower, and then going to the turtle, trying to get more. If you get 0 LP, then you put them back into the Nemesis egg, and you do that over and over and over again, right? So let's just continue here, kill these monsters, have a few waves of monsters to kill. And there we are at the end. Okay, this got revived. At the end, you get this this little window here. So you put in all of your Mad Alchemist Ladles with LP. They need to have LP. This one doesn't have any, right? So all of these, you see 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, 1, 2. Then you reroll. Then they have a chance to drop with more LP than they had or go back to 0. So we have a 3 LP that rolled here with 44% chance of armor shred on spell hit. That is absolutely amazing. I will slam this one. Absolutely. For Mad Alchemist Ladle, you could even try to get a 4 LP. It's pretty nice that I got this. Thank you, guys. I guess the video helped me get some good RNG. A little trick is, if you want to go fast on this one, and you don't want to just take a look at them all to see if they rolled higher LP, you can double click, and if it goes back into the window, this means that it got some LP, right? Because you can only put LP items in here. So these got it to 2 LP. This one has gotten 3. I guess my 2 LPs I will also reroll. So we got 2 3 LPs. Okay. They drop a few shards, and then the ones that drop on the ground, those are the ones that have 0 LP. You can pick them back up afterwards, and then those will go back into the Nemesis, right? You'll try to get some extra LP on them, and then if it only gets 1 or 2 LP, you try to get more LP on the turtle. And then if the turtle, you know, gives you some 3 LPs like me, then you just go and slam those and you're happy. But if not, you just go back to running another Conquer Tower, putting them in the egg, getting LP, going to the turtle, and that creates a big loop. It's a circle of life. If you want to find your raw Mad Alchemist Ladles, go into the Rune Prison Complex. Those have specific drops, which one of them have the Mad Alchemist Ladle. And so you have 25 of them, and you get those duplicated with the Exile but not Forgotten Note. So that's pretty much it. The rest of the tree doesn't really matter. To be honest, you want to I just wanted to make this specific video talking about that entire circle and the Rune Prison complex as well. So that is pretty much it, guys. That is how you get your Mad Alchemist Ladles. This build that I'm playing right now is the Lightning Blast Rune Master build, so you can check that out on Maxroll. I have the guide in the description below. Very good, very good build. Hopefully I don't DC and I don't die again to another DC. But that's gonna be it for today. I hope you have a great... Dude, it's actually more than a month into the patch and we're still blasting. I'm surprised. I'm still having so much fun, and I hope you are too. See you guys all in the next video.